Hey guys, Omni here. So I saw this the other day and I got too wrapped up in a bunch of other stuff to get to it, but there was a pitch meeting for Mortal Kombat 2021 and I'm really looking forward to this one. I myself had a lot of problems with this movie, but there's also, like I said before, some things in it that I did enjoy. Some people think that because I had criticism of the movie that I just outright did not enjoy myself with it. I did enjoy it. I'm looking forward to the sequel. I'm hoping that the sequel does better, but I had fun with what they gave us. It just wasn't what I wanted from a Mortal Kombat movie in 2021. That's it. So that being said, let's go ahead and see what Ryan George has to say. Here we go.
So, you have a movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. Mortal Kombat.
Oh, that's that game where you mash a bunch of buttons and then somebody's spine explodes and you need a bit of therapy.
That's the one, sir. So I figure since the game is still super popular, we make a movie about it.
It has been a while since we tried that, so what happens in this thing?
Well, we're gonna start the movie in 1617 Japan, right? And Sub-Zero's gonna show up and kill Scorpion's family.
Oh, extremely rude. Very impolite.
For sure. And so in Chinese, Sub-Zero's gonna be like, hey, I ended your bloodline, you sucker. And Scorpion's gonna be like, I'm Japanese, I have no idea what you're talking about, but let's fight.
Oh boy.
So then they do fight, and Sub-Zero ends up stabbing Scorpion real bad and then leaving.
Oh, bad guys love leaving before making sure their enemy's really dead.
Yeah, and so if he had stuck around, he would have seen that Scorpion was crawling towards his hidden baby and then turns into fire and disappears.
Ah, so the bloodline is still going.
Exactly, and then after that really intense first scene, everything's gonna kind of go downhill from there.
Sure, if we start strong, we'll have people's attention, and we could kind of stop trying story-wise from there on out.
So we're gonna meet this not very good MMA fighter named Cole Young, right?
Oh, I don't remember him from the game.
That makes sense, because I made him up.
Oh, you did?
Well, because this way the audience is gonna have someone to identify with, you know? Someone who's learning the rules of the world at the same time as them.
I mean, there are like 100 Mortal Kombat characters. Can't we just pretend like one of them is learning about this world for the first time?
We could, but instead we're gonna spend a bunch of time developing this guy and his family.
Is that gonna take screen time away from the characters that fans came to see?
Oh, most definitely, a ton of it.
Well, okay then.
So Cole is actually a descendant of Scorpion, and he has this little dragon birthmark on him, and he keeps seeing flashes of Scorpion when he looks in the mirror.
Okay.
And because of this mark, Sub-Zero's gonna show up and try to kill him.
Oh no.
But then this guy Jax is gonna show up, and he's gonna be like, hey, you gotta go find Sonya Blade, and don't stay with your family, cause dark forces will murder them.
Sounds like solid advice.
It is, and so then Sub-Zero rips off Jax's arms and leaves before making sure he's dead.
Oh, so that's like this guy's whole thing.
It is. So then Cole goes to see Sonya Blade, and she has a whole wall of exposition to show him. I mean, she's all equipped for this exposition dump.
So what does Cole learn?
Well, there's this big tournament between a bunch of realms, and this bad guy Shang Tsung wants to kill all the champions before the tournament because he's a big fat cheater. So what decides who's a champion? Oh, anyone with a dragon mark is a champion, and either you're born with it or you kill someone who has it. So if you kill someone who has a mark, you automatically get it.
Exactly. That's what happened with this criminal guy Kano that Sonya captured.
So like if a 95-year-old senile grandpa accidentally runs over a champion, he will then have to fight to defend the Earth realm?
Yeah, I guess so. Well, let me ask you something. Can we make that movie instead?
Well, I kind of worked hard on this one.
Fair enough. So what else happens?
So anyway, Kano knows where this guy Raiden has a temple, so they all head to that general area.
Okay.
And then this guy Kang shows up, and he's like, it's my job to find champions, and I found you guys.
I mean, sounds like they're pretty much there. He didn't really do any of the work.
Yeah, well, he's gonna take credit for it.
Well, good for him.
So then this Raiden guy is gonna be like, all right, you all have this thing called Arcana. It's like a superpower. You gotta unlock it, and that'll help you in the tournament.
Okay, okay.
But Sonya doesn't have a mark, but she still gets to hang out.
Oh, he lets her hang out. Raiden sounds like a pretty chill guy.
He's not. Oh, okay. So they start training a whole bunch, and Kano, he unlocks a laser beam eyeball. He's real happy about it.
How does he manage that?
By arguing about egg rolls.
What?
But then things aren't really working out for Cole because he's the worst. So Raiden is like, all right, you gotta get out of here, Cole. Go back to your family. And he's like, all right, I'm going home now. Bye. But there are still dark forces coming for him because of the mark, right?
Yeah,
so he
Yep.
goes back to his family. But his whole thing about going was so that they'd be safe.
Yeah, he
Yep.
forgot about that part, so he goes back to his family.
Well, okay then.
But while he's back home, this big monster Goro's gonna be sent to kill him.
Oh, I remember Goro. He was like a big boss guy. Gonna be tough to beat him.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Fairly an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, see, when Cole's family's in danger, that's when he unlocks his superpower. So he defeats Goro, no problem. problem. Oh, so he becomes Scorpion? No, he gets a cool little
that would
outfit
be
made
cooler.
entirely a plot armor. Okay, kind of seemed like you were building up to him becoming Scorpion. Yeah, that may have seemed like the cooler and more logical point to build towards, but instead Cole is going to transform into Cole with a cooler sweater. Sure, that may as well happen. Anyway, so meanwhile, Kano betrays everybody and lets the bad guys into Raiden's temple. Oh no. So they start kicking everybody's butts, and that Shang Tsung guy grabs this guy Kung Lao. What's he gonna do to him? Well, this one guy's like, oh, he's about to get his soul sucked. Oh, getting your soul sucked is... Nope, don't say it. Oh, getting your soul, please stop. It's just that's kind of my thing. Every meeting I say that something is tight. I know. It's just kind of my catchphrase. I'm gonna feel weird all day if I don't get it out. Yeah, no, I know. It's just sometimes it's random, but sometimes it's kind of gross. So maybe just get that out later when I'm gone. Oh, getting it out later when you're gone is tight. Okay, so then what happens? So then Raiden teleports all the good guys to this white void where the bad guys can't go. What, there's a white void where the bad guys can't go? Why didn't they train there? Well, because there's this whole thing where Raiden's not allowed to intervene, but he's intervening now. He is, yeah, okay. So the group is like, listen up guys, we need to fight these bad guys again, but this time we gotta win. How? What's changed? Well, see, the movie's almost over, so all the good guys are gonna be much better fighters now. Oh, okay, great. Also, that Jax guy had little robot chicken arms, but now he has big robot arms. How did that happen? Magic. Magic gave him robot arms? Magic gave him robot arms, that's right. So then one of the good guys is like, hey, Raiden, you can teleport anyone anywhere, right? He can do what? He can teleport anyone anywhere. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna teleport these bad guys to various locations and then we'll fight them. Well, why doesn't he teleport the bad guys into a volcano or to the bottom of the ocean? Okay, so see, that would be an instance where he couldn't intervene, but he can separate them with teleportation so they're defeated in battle. That's right. So does he teleport each bad guy to a different location and have all the champions gang up on that person and just kind of work his way through the line like that?
That would be better.
He wouldn't be able to intervene. Oh, I'm very unclear on how this guy's allowed to intervene. So what does he do? Well, he sends them all to like 1v1 fights, because that's like the game, kind of. That's like the game, kind of. It is. So then Sonya's gonna defeat Kano and get her superpowers immediately. How come she gets her superpower at the same time as her mark? I don't know. Fair enough. And then Sub-Zero's
she's
gonna
badass.
free Cole's family, which is maybe something that people will care about. Maybe. And then Scorpion's gonna show up from hell and he's gonna be like, get over here. What? Did he take English lessons in hell? He took some very specific English lessons in hell, that's right. So then they're gonna have this really cool fight while Cole just assaults his frozen family in the background. What? And then they're gonna team up and manage to defeat him. Oh, wow. And so yeah, that's about it. What do you think? Wait, so a bunch of the big bad guys were killed? They were, yeah. So if we want to make a sequel, we can't use any of those guys. Well, we're gonna say that death is just another portal, so. Oh, so none of this mattered. Yeah, none of this mattered, and we could just keep making more and more and more and more of these. I mean, let's not get crazy. Okay. But what if we did get crazy, though? Oh, interesting. Oh, yeah, okay.
5-movie contract. Yep.
Hey, everybody, Ryan here. That's me.
Oh
Thanks for
my
watching.
God, I am so sorry, but Jesus, that cracked me up. One thing he also didn't mention, which I was kind of waiting for, is the fact that, again, it goes to the Raiden not interfering thing. When Shang Tsung's threatening them at the end of the movie, he's like, blah, 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 I will come with armies, blah, 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 blah. And Raiden's just like, you talk too much. Slams his staff and sends him away. The fuck didn't he do that when they were attacking the temple the first time? If he can do that at any point, none of his fighters are in danger. What the fuck? This movie, man, the logic in it is so all over the place. Oh my God, dude. The visuals were badass. The fights, for the most part, were badass. The costumes were badass. The actors they chose were badass. The plot, the story, the pacing, the acting in a lot of ways was just not there for me. Like I said, I did have fun, but it's not, I expected something a lot higher caliber for a 2021 Mortal Kombat movie. The opening sequence of the movie was the best part to me. I had so much fun with that. It was awesome. It was epic. It was dramatic, tense, and almost feels like a completely separate movie. Cole's kinetic absorption thing just kind of disappears. It, again, like they said, like with the whole portal, death is just another portal. Excuse me, by the way. It just makes all this like pointless. Anyway, that's my thoughts on this. There's a lot more I could say about the movie that I didn't like, but I don't want to spend any time on negativity, any more time on negativity at least. I think it laid a positive groundwork on what's to come. I think if they get a different writer and a different director, and even if they keep the same writer, a different director, this was his first feature film. The guy even openly said that he didn't want his first feature film to be a video game adaptation. And it shows in the editing and whatnot that, you know, he's not experienced enough to handle this level of star caliber, this cast, this all on the heels of a first time writer. This is the writer's first project ever, his first credit ever. At least the director has done a short film before, but he has never done a feature length movie. I mean, that's how you keep the budget low, right? You just hire first timers for everything. But they're hinging their bets on this. I'm pretty sure they're already going to be moving forward with the sequel. And I think, like I said, I think there was enough in this to at least lay the groundworks for a potentially better movie. The one that I think a lot of people were expecting, at least. Again, Cole needs to be so much more interesting. Louis Tan, I haven't seen him in other things. I know he's a great fighter, but he just did not sell his performance. He did not sell me caring for the character. His family, I was completely disinterested in. I really wish more attention was given to the Mortal Kombat characters. Josh Lawson as Kano stole the show. Even Kung Lao, for the little bit he was in the movie, was probably one of the most entertaining parts of the movie for me as well. Sub-Zero was the person I think they did the most justice to, because they made him a super boss. They made him more imposing than Goro, the one who's supposed to be the most terrifying motherfucker in the series, under Shao Kahn and Shang Tsung. So, whatever. We'll see. And I said I was going to stop being negative, and then I just can't. I just go right back into it. I'm sorry. Again, it was dumb fun. I laughed. I cried because I was laughing. But I had a good time with it. It's just, I wanted something a little more grounded, a little more serious as far as what they were going to do with it. But yeah, I loved all the Easter eggs, the references and stuff like that, but I wanted more substance. Anyway, guys, that's been my rant. Guys, what did you think of this pitch meeting from Ryan George? If you are not subscribed to Screen Rant, at least for Ryan George, you should be doing that. And check out his other pitch meetings. Before we go, huge shout out to Mandy Sherritt, Ryan Karen, and Antoine Rodriguez, our patron legends. Thank you, everybody who's been joining our Patreon and everybody who's been hopping in the Discord. All these links are down in the description below. I hope I can catch you guys down there soon. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care, everybody.